Hey y'all, it's Jasmine, and today we're focusing on Warrior One, a pose that I love to incorporate into my practice when I like to feel grounded and strong. Before we begin with our sequence, we're going to start off with a couple of rounds of sun salutation. If you are new to yoga or it's been a while and you just need a little refresher on sun salutations, check out my last video. I dive deep into sun salutations. So let's begin. We're going to begin with about maybe 2 rounds of sun salutations, and then we're going to jump into our flow. So let's flow. I also have blocks with me as well. Those are my girls, my best friends. I haven't named my blocks yet. So if you all have some name ideas, please drop them below so my girls can get a name here. So let's flow. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Stepping to a runner's lunge. To supported plank. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your left or right leg up. This is my right. And then step into runner's lunge. Step into forward fold here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Stepping back to a runner's lunge. To a full plank. Lower down. Cobra. Push through plank to downward dog. Inhale, lifting your left leg. Step into runner's lunge. Step into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, hands at heart. We're going to do one more round of sun salutation on both sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Runner's lunge. Supported or full plank. Lower down. Inhale, cobra. Push through your plank to downward dog. Inhale, three-legged dog. Step into runner's lunge. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. It's our last round. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Stepping back to your runner's lunge. Plank. Chaturanga through cobra. Downward dog. Sweeping your leg back. Runner's lunge. And forward fold. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Forward fold. And in this forward fold, we're just going to hang out here. Your knees could be bent, or your arms can sway, or you can hold them. I'm just going to catch my breath here. Inhale. Sweep your arms up. Now let's move through our flow. And again, our focus pose or a sequence that we will build into is really just going to surround Warrior One. I love to incorporate Warrior One into my practice because I love to feel strong. Even when I'm tired, I just came back from a trip, went to visit New York, and as soon as I landed back home here in Texas, I really just wanted to ground myself. I was so tired, but I came straight to my yoga mat the next day and definitely I included the warrior one pose into the sequence that I created. So let's begin at the top of our mats here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift here. And knees can be bent. Exhale, forward fold. Step it back into a supported or full pose here, full plank pose. Lower down to your front side. Inhale, cobra. It could be low or high or an up dog. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, straight into our downward dog here. Feel free to take your dog for a walk. And then find some stillness here. Inhale, sweeping your right leg up. Exhale, bring your knee to nose. Inhale, sweep your right leg back up. And then step into a modified warrior one here. And then it's a really great time here to check your alignment. And then place your hands on your hip here for our warrior one pose. And then hinge forward here. Feel free to keep your hands on your hips or you can straighten your arms back. And we're here for a nice couple of breaths. Using a little bit of our ab work here. Inhale, sweeping your arms up for a more traditional warrior one. And now we're going to lower down to the floor here in a low lunge. Inhale, sweeping your arms up here. And then just sit in this pose for a second. Taking your left hand and placing it on your right knee. And then you can place your right hand on your back here. And we're looking over our right shoulder. Standing straight up here. And then bringing our thighs in together. And from here, you can go into your supported or full plank. To chaturanga. Up cobra. Into your downward dog here. And find some stillness here in your downward dog. Inhale, sweeping your left leg up. Knee to nose. And then sweeping your left leg back up. And then we're going to step into our modified warrior one here. Hands to your hips. And then we're going to hinge forward. Feel free to put your arms back. And we're here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, your traditional warrior here. Feeling strong and powerful. Lower down to your low lunge here. And just dive a little bit deeper into this pose. Now take your right hand, place it on your left knee, and then feel free to grab your back with your opposite hand here as you look over your left shoulder, pulling your inner thighs together. Gently looking over your shoulder. Release to your plank pose. Lower down to chaturanga, to cobra up dog, into your downward dog. And we're here for a couple of breaths, pushing away from the earth. Inhale, look forward, and walk to the top of your mat here. As we lounge into a forward fold here, you can sway or be still, knees bent or straight. however you like. Inhale, rising slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. On this additional flow or flow two, we will just add a couple of more moves here. Feel free to grab your blocks as I will be demonstrating a half split pose with our block here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back to your downward dog. Inhale, sweeping your right leg up. Feel free to bend your knee and open your hip here. Straighten your right leg and then knee to nose. Inhale, sweeping back up. Step into your modified warrior one here. Hands to your hips here. And then we begin to hinge at your hips. And then feel free to put your hands back here as we're bringing in some core work today. And we're breathing and hinge to what feels comfortable for you today. A little shakes on my front leg. Inhale, sweeping your hands up now to a more traditional. And then we're lowering down to a low lunge. Hands up here. Taking your left hand here. And then you can grab your lower back or you can open up to your right with your hands reaching to the back of your mat. And then I have my blocks here for my half splits pose. We're going to straighten our front legs and then position our back knees to feel comfortable here and our half split pose here. Yeah, still that kind of same hinging that we were doing earlier with the warrior one. And feel free to have your front leg straight or with a slight bend as well. And breathe into this pose here. I'm going to move my blocks for individuals that may not be using a block, but they can also use your fingertips here as well. Straighten back into a low lunge. And then to our plank position here, lowering down to a cobra. Downward dog. And then we're going to repeat on the opposite side. Sweeping your left leg up. And then feel free to bend your knee. Straighten, knee to nose. Inhale, sweeping up. And then step into a modified warrior one here. Begin to hinge with your hands on your hips or back here as we breathe into this modified warrior one position. Inhale, sweeping your arms up for a traditional warrior one. And then we're lowering down to our low lunge here. Taking your right hand, placing on your left knee, and then opening up to the left side of your body here. Half split here. Straightening your front leg, pushing your hips back. Half splits pose. Lunge to support it, or full plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, downward dog. And we're here just for a little bit. You can pedal or find some stillness in your dog. Dropping your knees onto the mat, widening your knees and touching your toes, sitting your hips back for a child's pose. Inhale, looking up, and meet me in a tabletop position here. If your blocks are kind of in your way, feel free to move them. And then we're going to sit on our bottoms. You can swing your legs out in front of you here and do a couple of shoulder rolls. This was pretty good. And then opposite direction to bringing them forward. This one always feels well and natural to me. But I know it's good for my body here. And then we're going to sit back into our Shavasana for today. Trying to figure out if I want it to be in a constructive rest or Shavasana, your traditional. And I think I'm going to go for traditional Shavasana today. Take some time to reflect on my week, on this practice, feeling grounded and strong with poses such as Warrior One. I'll go quiet and allow you some time to reflect as well. I'll come back to get us. If you have some additional time to sit in Shavasana, I encourage you to at this moment. But if you're coming out with me and the rest of us, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently open your eyes. And let's turn over to the left or the right side of your mat, whichever you prefer. And we'll just sit here in the fetal position for a little bit. And then using your hand that's resting on the ground to push you up. And feel free to sit into whatever position feels comfortable for you. Feel free to sit in whatever position that's best for you as we end today's practice. I'd like to thank you for joining me in today's practice as we dive deeper into Warrior One, a pose that I love to return to when I'd like to feel strong or when I need to pull that out of myself. Thank you again, and until next time, see you later. Bye.